Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. Allegedly, they said the wives of the king are in tears, because of what the king told them. From what we heard some days back, on the Christmas Eve, they said the king left the wives in the palace and went to Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo, and he spent most of his hours of that day with Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo. And when he returned back to the palace, they said the wives were not happy, such that they started blasting the king, telling him how he can he do such a thing to them. They were busy waiting for him, preparing the whole place, waiting for him. And he told them that he is just coming. He did not even tell them that, look, oh, I'm going to spend hours, not to talk of almost a day, that day, outside. And they were busy waiting for him. And that just explained to them that he would choose Queen Naomi and Prince Tadenikawo over and over again, over them, So, and this, they said ever since then, they have continued blasting the king. They don't give him peace of mind. They don't allow him have his peace. They always talk about Queen Naomi this, Queen Naomi that, how the king is marginalizing them, how the king make them look as if they want nothing, how the king is doing this, how the king is doing that. And the worst part of it is that to them, they said, from the look of things, that Queen Naomi doesn't even show a sign that she is returning back to the palace, that if she really loves the king, the way the king is going after her, that she should have returned by now, And they said the king made it clear to them that, look, oh, whether you like it or not, that Queen Naomi will surely return back to the palace, even if it will take him years, that he is going to reunite with his wife, Queen Naomi, and go back together with Queen Naomi and his son, Prince Tadenikawo. Then a lot of people are saying, how possible is that going to be? Because from the look of things, the wives are not leaving the palace. Seriously, they are not leaving, no. Unless the king goes out of his way, or maybe do something extraordinary for them to leave the palace. Yes, so because one thing it looks as if the king did not understand is that he married powerful women, as in very powerful when it comes to money. And we do know that this is Nigeria, where money talks, bullshit works. And from the look of things, the king does not have the power of his own to, send them out of the palace. The same elders who would stand by him to take action against the wife, or to insist that the wives must leave the palace, are the same elders who are collecting money from these women, and pretending as if all is well with their king. And all of this simply means that the interest of they don't have the interest of the king at heart. Yes, all they wanted is the money from the wives. And the wives also notice that these people, when you give them money, they will do as they wish. They will do as the wives instruct them. Yes, so, and that is why you see them going back and forth over leaving the palace and not leaving the palace. When they said allegedly that Mariam burned down the Olori's quarters, when it looks as if the king really want them to go to that place, no one did anything about it. Because I'm sure they must have gone to a far priest to find out the truth of what happened to that house. But because the madam, the Mariam herself, must have sorted everything out, they died the matter, And Ronke too is a powerful woman. As a matter of fact, they said the only person who have less money, who is less in when it has to do with capital in that palace is Tobi. And the same Tobi also have money because from what we heard, they said Tobi worth close to $500,000. You know what that means? So there's no small woman, there's no small person among these women. So they think if Ooni of Ife think that it is going to be easy for uh, him to send them out of the palace without serious offense from any of them, I don't see the possibility unless by God's intervention, because one thing is certain, there is nothing God cannot do. And we all know that if God decide that these women must leave the palace, the way it will happen, everyone will be surprised. And anyway, there is still hope, because a lot of prophecies have said it, that the same way they enter the palace, that they are going to leave the palace one after the other. But the problem is that we don't know when it will happen. And that is why I will always advise Queen Naomi that if you still want to go back to your husband, Ooni of Ife, even if you don't want to go back to the palace, you can make up with your husband, and start making babies. Because we do know that women and time, there was a time, there will be a time that the person might be, you should understand what I'm saying. So the best thing for me to, as in my advice to her is, if she really wants to continue with the king, going back to the palace or not going back to the palace should be taken out of the picture right now, because of Prince Tadenikawo's safety. They should find a way to start reproducing even outside the palace. Then the women can stay in that palace and eat the palace if they want. Yes, so if they think that because they have occupied the space in the palace, that Queen Naomi cannot enjoy her marriage again, they can still enjoy the marriage even while she's not in that palace. Yes, so because for Queen Naomi, I don't think she will ever return back to that palace with those women in there, considering the fact that Prince Tadenikawo is still a minor who doesn't know his left from his right. So, but the king have made it clear to all of them that whether they like it or not, whether they fight Queen Naomi from now till next generation, that she is going to reunite with him and must surely return back to the palace in due time. And I believe that when God says it is time, that nothing will ever stop her and Prince Tadenikawo from returning back to the palace. But the king needs to tread with caution, because if he go back to marrying other women, it might ruin that chance for him. I don't know what to think, guys. Whatever you think, please share with us on the comment section. Don't forget that they're all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. Please help me share this video and subscribe to my channel if you're here to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Bye for now. Love you guys.